Okay. Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I am doing my Thailand vlog with you guys. We officially made it.
Hey guys, welcome back to another vlog.
Good morning everybody! Today I am starting my week in my life vlog because I'm going to LA.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
Lifestyle content, like many other genres on YouTube, has its fair share of niches. You've got your travel vloggers, your mommy bloggers, and even your bird spotters. However, there's a certain corner of the lifestyle market that I want to take a deeper look at. It's dominated primarily by women, and popular activities in this niche are normally contained to the personal care or domestic sphere, such as beauty, fashion, wellness, or maintaining one's home, perhaps against the backdrop of a career or school life. We're given an intimate look into who this person is in their personal life, whether that's what they like to eat, what type of apartment they're living in, or who they want to date. Yet there's also this unspoken agreement on who exactly is best fit to play that role for audience consumption and entertainment. In Jia Tolentino's essay, Always Be Optimizing, she describes the concept of the modern ideal woman, who I propose is often centered in this type of content. The ideal woman has always been conceptually overworked, an inorganic thing engineered to look natural. Historically, the ideal woman seeks all the things that women are trained to find fun and interesting: domesticity, physical self-improvement, male approval, the maintenance of congeniality, various forms of unpaid work. More recently, the ideal woman has been whatever she wants to be, as long as she manages to act upon the belief that perfecting herself and streamlining her relationship to the world can be a matter of both work and pleasure, of lifestyle. The ideal woman steps into a stratum of expensive juices, boutique exercise classes, skincare routines, and vacations, and thereby happily remains. So what happens when you place an ideal instead of a real person as the subject of your narrative? Those who have the ability to recreate this ideal in the closest manner are given the power to succeed. And this is how the YouTube economy becomes rigged against certain people who don't have the same advantages, namely whiteness. The ideal woman in practice becomes a thin, young, able-bodied white woman anywhere in the age range of her teens through her 20s. She's conventionally attractive and has the disposable income to either live or present her life in a way that makes us, as an audience, entertained by her mere existence. If you aren't white, you'll always be the exception if you succeed at the same rate as your white peers in this genre. Especially now with the oversaturation of content on YouTube, it's already hard to build a channel solely based off of lifestyle content. You'll probably have to work doubly hard to approximate yourself to whiteness, and other factors such as pretty privilege, colorism, and socioeconomic status determine how easily you can do this. There's also a certain threshold of ego or confidence needed to believe that videos of your everyday life are providing some sort of value or entertainment for others. And this isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it becomes troubling when BIPOC people are told, both subconsciously and consciously through the media, that their lives don't matter as much as white people's. On top of this, algorithms are created by humans, so they reflect the white supremacist and patriarchal society we live in.
Search engines are amazing tools for us, but what we don't see are the ethical dilemmas, the biases that are inherently built into them, the ways in which money influences the kinds of results that we get. It's not just about popularity. It's about credibility too. A girlfriend of mine, Diane, about a year ago, posted to Facebook and she said, "What's happened? Did Hitler just take over Google?" She was doing a search for something beautiful because she wanted some scenes of nature for her desktop wallpaper. And when she did a search for beauty, this is what she got. This is what's beautiful. I expect, in fact, when I do a search for beautiful, to see a beach and a paradise, because that's what's beautiful to me. Part of what this tells us is that no matter the ways in which offline we are trying to make sense of our values, we're trying to redefine beauty standards. They get replicated, instantiated, in fact, in some of our most important technologies.
And this doesn't just apply to search engines, of course. This is in the code of what content is being pushed or suppressed. Even personalized content provides a siloing effect on the internet. So even if we feed our algorithms in a diverse way, others could be experiencing a completely different internet. And because lifestyle content is literally people-centric, these inequalities become that much clearer. Despite its broad definition, lifestyle content has always done very well on YouTube. In fact, one could argue that the genre actually helped shape the brand's identity and allowed it to become the company it is today. Video blogs, also known as vlogs, were popularized on the platform because of the unique way they allowed us an intimate look into people's personal lives. They're a staple of lifestyle content, and at this point, synonymous with the household name of YouTube. And there's something to be said about how beautiful the quiet, mundane moments of everyday life can be, no matter who you are. There are certainly vlogs that even people outside of the YouTube sphere would consider art. However, when we begin to commodify our lives, and especially our bodies, as art for public consumption, we tie our value to beauty, and this can begin to expose class differences. Not all art is philosophically bound to the idea of beauty, of course, but vlogs from the average person that center an aesthetically pleasing narrative will naturally perform better than those that are more experimental. For example, a woman with more money most likely has the aesthetic environments built into her life that serve as the backdrop to her videos. Whether that's because of her or her family's ability to live in a really nice home, or perhaps in a gentrified part of a big city. Beauty is applied to every aspect of a woman's life in these types of videos, and has economic leverage in the creation of content. Her crisp white bed sheets, colorful smoothie bowls, and sleek Apple products become capital in the creation of a fantasy version of real life. The mundane is easily romanticized when it's performed by a woman who has the time and money to beautify her body and life. Her lifestyle is probably not as pretty, soothing, or entertaining if she is overworked, living paycheck to paycheck, or has dependent family members, as many the average lower or middle class woman does. And her need for beauty is only multiplied the more popular she becomes to maintain her aspirational lifestyle presented online. Often she genuinely believes the success she has gained has primarily come from her hard work rather than wealth, chance, or a whole range of other factors mentioned previously. Combining both this need for an intimate look into someone's personal life with the need to be beautiful in this everyday state creates a tension in lifestyle content. Appearing authentic begins to take a lot of effort behind the scenes. An example of this happening on a smaller scale is the #MakeInstagramCasualAgain movement, which has gained traction in the past few years as the new model for posting content on Instagram. Spontaneous and unfiltered photo dumps of one's normal existence was posited as a solution to move away from the hyperconsumption of influencer culture and back towards the casual photo sharing app's origins. However, it's now arguably just as curated as before.
This video just came on my For You page of someone talking about photo dumps, and one of the comments under the photo was, "Casual Instagram is an even greater performance." And that's a fact. Casual Instagram compared to performative Instagram, and by performative Instagram I mean, let me show you. This is performative Instagram, extremely posed, full makeup, dress, whole thing. But casual Instagram compared to performative Instagram is kind of like reality TV compared to like normal scripted TV. Reality TV is not reality, but it's attempting to convince the viewer that what they're watching is, in fact, real life. But it's not. That's what this photo is. It's like hyper reality. It's like trying to convince you as the viewer that this is just like a really casual moment, like whatever, I don't care, I'm not trying hard. But in fact, like you are trying hard. And in photo dumps, like you're picking the cutest photos and you're still curating and like narrativizing your life like through these photos. Maybe they're not super edited and maybe they're not posed, but they're still like strategically selected and put together to like convey a specific message. An interesting thing about Instagram is that We all know that it's bull, yet we all still buy into it. This is like what Shakespeare called the suspension of disbelief. It's like when we go to a play or when we watch a movie, for example, we suspend our disbelief for an hour or like 2 hours, however long we're watching it, because we want to be entertained. When we log on Instagram, we all kind of just suspend our disbelief for a little bit, and we believe everything that we see, and we think appearances equal reality, but they 1000% don't. So we kind of have like a pact, like a secret unspoken pact with ourselves and our friends that we're gonna believe the bullshit that we post on Instagram.
Similarly to the suspension of disbelief that Akili mentions exists on Instagram, in today's era of YouTube, the audience is let in on this little secret. Yet we still expect the same level of tasteful execution and idolize the end product of lifestyle content, even if we know it is a performance. In a meta manner, we're even taught ourselves how to replicate that experience across social media platforms to create a cohesive online self, closer to this image of effortless beauty. Tolentino describes this phenomenon well through the lens of the ideal woman. The ideal woman looks beautiful, happy, carefree, and perfectly competent. Is she really? To look any particular way and to actually be that way are two separate concepts, and striving to look carefree and happy can interfere with your ability to feel so. The internet codifies this problem, makes it inescapable. In recent years, pop culture has started to reflect the fractures in selfhood that social media creates. Not coincidentally, these stories usually center on women, and usually involve a protagonist driven to insanity by the digital avatar of an ideal peer. Essentially, there's this cognitive dissonance that comes with recording your amazing life versus actually enjoying your amazing life. If you've ever been in the middle of a memorable experience like watching a sunset or a concert and hesitated while taking out your phone to snap a quick picture or video, you've experienced this catch-22. Do I stay in this moment and enjoy it now, or try to capture it for future me to enjoy as a memory? And if I do, that memory doesn't actually belong to me as it's displayed in the video I took because I had to stop and film it, which prevented me from experiencing it in the first place. Brands tap into this desire for authenticity as well. Today, as demonstrated by the cult success of the makeup and skincare brand Glossier, we idealize beauty that appears to require almost no intervention. Women who look poreless and radiant, even when barefaced in front of an iPhone camera. Women who are beautiful in almost punishingly natural ways. We romanticize this effortless, beautiful appearance and lifestyle, which simply does not exist. Because behind the lens, hours of effort are spent in the creation of this woman, whether that's in the literal setup of the camera, her regimented workout routine, or her skincare treatments. Just like vlogs, routines are essential to lifestyle content. Morning routines, night routines, outfits of the week, what I eat every week, get ready with me to go to school, to go to work, to go out with my friends. Routines provide the structure and order for the ideal woman to thrive. She is consistent and dependable and never slips up. And if she does, there's a routine to recover from that. Routines also function to serve lifestyle content's greatest value, aspiration. We're lulled into a state of hypnosis as the ideal woman gives us the recipes to her successful lifestyle. And this never-ending opportunity to optimize your life is exactly what Tolentino theorizes creates the lifestyle myth. If Wolf in 1990 criticized a paradigm where a woman was expected to look like her ideal self all the time, we have something deeper burrowing now. Not a beauty myth, but a lifestyle myth. A paradigm where a woman can muster all the technology, money, and politics available to her to actually try and become that idealized self. And where she can understand relentless self-improvement as natural, mandatory, and feminist, or just without question, the best way to live. The lifestyle myth acts just like the hedonic treadmill, but instead of trying to experience more pleasure, you're trying to get closer to the ideal woman, even if that means just watching others try to replicate her through a screen. Under a capitalist system, you're never going to reach a final state of self-optimization. There's always something more you can be doing, and this desire to keep improving is what feeds the lifestyle industry. What's worse is that the lifestyle myth is rebranded as a feminist individual choice, hence the girl boss. As Tolentino describes, the timidity in mainstream feminism to admit that women's choices, not just our problems, are in the end political, has led to a vision of women's empowerment that often feels brutally disempowering in the end. The root of this trouble is the fact that mainstream feminism has had to conform to patriarchy and capitalism to become mainstream in the first place. Old requirements, instead of being overthrown, are rebranded. Beauty work is labeled self-care to make it sound progressive. Instead of being counseled by mid-century magazines to spend time and money trying to be more radiant for our husbands, we can now counsel one another to do all the same things, but for ourselves. Of course, under capitalism, these self-care routines are also often commodified through a variety of products that can supposedly help you attain your higher self, and they quickly become expensive to keep up with. Yet both creators and viewers buy into the system of lifestyle content, similar to an MLM, where the few rich and white rise to the top, while the rest retain the small hope in the back of their mind that maybe one day their life could look like that too, and be all the better for it. I'll be the first to admit that I'm an avid consumer of lifestyle content, and have been since I first started watching YouTube. It's how I fell in love with the platform and found some of my favorite creators. It's the reason I've thought about it so much to the point of making a whole video analyzing the genre, and I've been thinking about the lifestyle content that I consume now. A lot of the lifestyle creators I watch now are people of color, or if they are white, they have some other qualifier that makes them stand out from the generic lifestyle YouTuber. They likely have a similar specific interest as me, or value beyond me just thinking they're attractive and wishing I was them. But I'm left wondering whether I'm really better for doing this. Is watching and supporting BIPOC creators who profit off the same hyper-consumerist mechanisms a viable solution, if there's still a huge wealth disparity in those who are able to succeed in the lifestyle genre? Is it really better to watch a white creator who's self-aware of their privilege, but replicates the same toxic self-improvement culture? Should I instead be diverting my attention towards larger corporations who take advantage of these ideals of beauty and womanhood? And if so, how the heck do I get them to change? I'm not really sure if there is a great solution at all under the capitalist structure we currently live in, but these are just the thoughts I've been working through. So I'd love to hear what you all think in the comments below. And I'll leave you with this one last quote from Tolentino, who I think summed it up well with a pertinent example. The anti-Instagram statement is now a predictable part of the model influencer social media life cycle. A beautiful young woman who goes to great pains to maintain and perform her own beauty for an audience will eventually post a note on Instagram, revealing that Instagram has become a bottomless pit of personal insecurity and anxiety. She'll take a week-long break from the social network, and then, almost always, she will go on exactly as before. Resistance to a system is presented on the terms of the system. It's so much easier when we gain agency to adapt rather than to oppose. Those last two lines really resonated with me, and even though it is really difficult to sometimes parse through our world and culture and resist the biases that are ingrained in us from a very young age, that's exactly what I hope to do with this channel this year. I want to critically think out loud about the media and content I consume as a small form of resistance to the system, so to speak. So, if you're interested in doing that with me, I'd love for you to subscribe, like, or share this video with a friend. And if you click the notification bell, I'll be sure to pop back up in your feed with another video very soon.